ValveTime.net.
Hi, and welcome to the ValveTime News. Each week we'll bring you the biggest talking points regarding Valve, software, and the community. We had a few problems last week, which prevented us from getting an episode out as planned, so this week we'll be recapping 2 weeks worth of news. All eyes were on Steam the past few weeks as Valve released Steam Greenlight, a new community-driven platform dedicated to supporting, developing, and selecting new indie game titles for publication on Steam. Since the launch on Thursday, August 30th, Greenlight has grown quickly and now includes an upwards total of 700 developing indie titles and mods. While many indie titles are finding their niche on Greenlight, a lot of Steam users seem to have missed the point, with so many people uploading some of their favorite game titles even with no legal affiliation to the original developers. Valve originally removed any fake submissions, but have since taken a more drastic step to stop the constant flood of spammers and trolls. Earlier this week, Valve introduced a $100 submission fee to Greenlight, forcing all new submissions to have to pay in order to upload their game concept to the system. In a Greenlight blog post, Valve were quick to mention that all proceeds from the submissions would go straight to the Child's Play charity, as they have no interest in making money from this, but we do need to cut down on the noise in the system. Although the inclusion of the submission fee has caused some controversy among the community, we feel the fee is a necessary step to help prevent users abusing the system for cheap giggles. And the money goes to a good cause, so what's not to like? In other Steam news, you might remember a few weeks ago when we told you about how Valve was expecting to upload the first round of software to Steam on September 5th. Yeah, that didn't happen. ValveTime. We'll keep you posted if we hear anything, but we are expecting the software to arrive on Steam any day now. In Dota 2 news, PAX Prime welcomed the second The International to Seattle, which saw 16 teams from around the world compete for the $1 million prize.
Welcome to the International.
Last year's winners, Na'Vi, return now as fan favorites, but face stiff competition from the Chinese teams LGD Gaming and Victus Gaming, which came into the tournament strongly. Na'Vi impressed the big stage by pulling out unexpected wins against both Chinese teams and reaching the grand finale. Na'Vi's impressive semi-final match versus LGD was a great showcase of Dendy's Rubik as he stole Tidehunter's Ravage on several occasions, which gave them their win.
They got to get the damage, backing him back in again. Tornad's going to set up Quaboldi, going to go through Puppy, but the Roar is keeping him alive with a heal, and Abrash jumped in for the ultimate. DDC, he does the Ravage, is just saving him a little bit, and Denny steals Ravage. Denny returns Ravage right into LGD. Arsad trying to bring down DD with a pulse, then traveled him back into the wall, and that will be DD. Going down high, Jalway pull back in, and he goes down. Yao the only one to escape.
In the losers bracket, IG were able to defeat LGD Gaming to meet Na'Vi for a second time, but for the first time in the grand finale, best of 5, IG took their first game.
And now the telekinesis again, one hit, look at the damage! And Ferrari blinks in for a little bit more, but the Raxus will be going down. That's a second lane of Rax, and Puppy calls GG. IG will take the first game of the International Grand Finals.
Na'Vi took the second in 2 very one-sided matches. In the third game, Na'Vi were undone by a Master Stroke Disruptor pick where Glimpse turned every team fight into a 5 versus 4. Na'Vi had to win the 4th game to stay in the tournament, but were again outplayed by IG, who looked incredible in their team fights with Naga, Darkseer, Tidehunter, Keeper of the Light, and Templar Assassin. So Invictus Gaming are the new international champions, picking up the $1 million prize in a very exciting tournament at a higher level of play than last year's international. Valve did a terrific job putting it together. Production costs for the event must have been huge, but it seemingly paid off, with a reported 567,000 concurrent spectators at some points in the tournament, which isn't half bad. We wish we had that many viewers. Congratulations to IG and all the broadcasters who were involved, who did an excellent job keeping the fans involved. Black Mesa Source, the unofficial Source recreation of Half-Life 1, is getting a release on the 14th of September 2012. As a first release, not all the game will be included. According to the official announcement on the Black Mesa forums, the first release will contain every chapter or map from the original Half-Life game up until Lambda Court, the area just before Zen. Team leader Carlos Montero announced that the team will still be working hard on the Zen chapters, as well as the multiplayer portion of the mod, and that these will be added later via a patch. Carlos also stated that the mod is currently 10 hours long and that the full soundtrack is now available for download on the official Black Mesa site. A link to the post by Carlos will be provided in the video description, along with a link to the mod soundtrack. We'll be uploading a mod review of Black Mesa shortly after its release later this week, so don't forget to subscribe. About a month ago, Michael Abrash was at Quakecon to discuss the potential impact of virtual reality headsets, and the Oculus Rift in particular. A revolutionary VR headset we reported on a few months ago. The discussion, available on YouTube at the link on screen now, features a whole hour worth of wonderfully nerdy discussions from id Software's own John Carmack, Palmer Luckey from the Oculus team, as well as Valve's own Michael Abrash. We won't go into the specific details here, but we think it's definitely worth the watch, and it gives us more evidence to believe that Valve is indeed interested on working to create next-gen hardware. And yes, this news story is a month old. We now accept we're officially the world's worst reporters. In more recent hardware news, the New York Times ran a feature focusing on Valve entitled Game Maker Without a Rulebook. In the feature, Valve discussed their business model, Big Picture Mode, and most interesting, their plans regarding hardware innovation. Big Picture Mode, a UI redesign for Steam targeted for use on big televisions with controller support, is targeted for release on Monday, 10th September. Later in the article, Michael Abrash discusses how Valve have been working towards researching and developing virtual reality headsets similar to the Oculus Rift, in order to continue hardware innovation in the PC space. He is also keen to note that while Valve may indeed be developing hardware, they may also never sell it, instead potentially giving the technology to other manufacturers to promote further innovation. A link to the full article will be provided in the video description. It's certainly an interesting read. You may remember a few weeks ago, we announced a new competition giving you the chance to win 4 Steam Community closed beta keys. We did plan to announce the winners on last week's canceled episode, but it seems like Valve thought our competition was such a good idea that they decided to make the Steam Community beta open to everyone. Hooray! Since then, the new Steam Community format has been officially rolled out across all Steam users, and we're sure by now you've already experienced the new layout. Obviously, we won't be giving out those beta keys anymore since they don't exist. Now, back to the contest. Just because we're such a kind and loving bunch, we're going to run another contest. Yes, apparently we have so much money to throw away on games and not pay voiceover talent or video editors. Anyway, we're going to give a copy of Alan Wake to one lucky viewer. That's the original Alan Wake game, not the American Nightmare sequel. All you need to do is go watch our Silent Escape mod review we uploaded a few weeks ago, then go download and play the mod for yourself. Once you've finished it, come back to the video review and leave a comment with your own personal review telling us what you thought about it. Your points can be good or bad, so be creative. We'll select our favorite comment, and the submitter of which will win the copy of Alan Wake, as well as having the review read out on the next show by none other than myself. Good luck. And that brings us to the end of another news week. Keep an eye out for the first software titles potentially arriving on Steam sometime in the next few days. Keep an eye out on our Facebook page or our website for all the details. We also believe a Steam Linux beta will begin soon, as users recently uncovered files hinting at a public beta. Stay tuned for more potential news on this subject in the coming weeks. Lastly, we just recently passed 3,000 likes on Facebook and are about to pass 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, so we'd like to take this opportunity in thanking all our fans and viewers out there for supporting us over the past few months. Thanks for watching and sticking with us. Stay tuned for more videos and content in the near future. Bye for now.